Hi, I'm Jennifer Conrad, and I'm going to be doing my project, Theoretical Framework on Person-Centered Cognitive Behavior Family Systems as an integrative approach to counseling. Um, so, as the client comes to you, they can come to you very many different ways. So they can internalize feelings, so you don't actually see it from an exterior perspective. You can't visually see that there's something wrong with them. Okay, so when their problems come to them, okay, this is where their problems come, right? And then they are affected in different ways, okay? And then they come to the counselor to try to figure out how to cope with those difficulties that they're feeling. Also, you have those who come to you who visually, you can see that there is visually something wrong with them. They look depressed. Um, they look sad. I mean, by his body language and everything, you kind of see how he's actually feeling. So some people externalize, the exterior can see those presenting difficulties that he's having. Moving into the counseling world, I think the person-centered approach is a very unique theory because it is focused specifically just on the client and their perspectives and working through their thinking, their type of thinking. So, I'm going to pick up my first baseball here. That's going to get us the person-centered and then making our way around. Working through these problems that the client is having. So definitely, like I noted earlier, the person-centered approach is based on the client. It gives responsibility to the client. And they're able to make decisions on their own and reason through their thought processes. Also, self-concept. Ultimately, the person pretty much knows like what they need, what they're needing to work through. Self-concept there. And as a counselor, when you're working with a person-centered theory, you want to make sure that you give unconditional positive regard for the client, deep, genuine care for the client. I accept you no matter the behaviors that you're presenting or that whatever you're going through, I accept you how you are. Being very genuine with that client is very important. Also, with going along with those same rounds, showing empathy is also very important. So you're displaying that you do understand how they're feeling, the here and the now, how they're feeling. You're understanding, you're sympathizing with them. You may not necessarily agree with what they're telling you that they're doing, but you can still sympathize with them and how they're actually feeling at the moment. All right, moving to my next baseball. Optimism. Yes, being very, very optimistic, very positive, is all about person-centered, very optimistic. And also, as a counselor with a person-centered theory, you want to make sure that you are congruent with the client. You are being real. Okay, so the client sees you how you really are as a person. So that's very important. With person-centered, you do run into sometimes where your client may not be getting to where they need to be to expose the feelings and those deeper meanings. So maybe they want some of the goal setting here, okay? So moving into cognitive behavior, that's where you're going to get a lot of the goal setting. Obviously with assessments, you have some, it's very short-term focus as well. Um, so that might help them. And also the assessments, you're going to identify the negative feelings or behaviors or their functioning that they're exhibiting. And then you're going to help solve those negative feelings and behaviors with the client. And that's what this is. It just says that the client and counselor make decisions together to formulate a plan to help them deal with those feelings or behaviors. And those behaviors or the problems that they're exhibiting, it does guide the treatment and the outcome, hopefully the outcomes, because the client will need to work with you and moving toward the goals you're setting. And they may need to be revised sometimes too, depending on what's most prominent at the time. Also, a main goal of cognitive behavior is to relieve those symptoms that they're exhibiting, and the issues, to relieve those. And I just kind of wrote down here to help explain a little bit better. So, you may have a bad thought in your brain, and that bad thought is going to make you feel a certain way. Maybe it's about yourself. Maybe, I think I'm really fat, or I think I'm too small, or I'm, so then that starts making you feel insecure and you don't really love yourself, So then the behavior of that is maybe you don't go out in public because you're feeling really bad about yourself. So then it affects your behavior. So your thoughts affect your feelings, and then your feelings affect your behavior. And then, of course, obviously that would impact you because you would kind of isolate yourself. So that would be a cognitive behavior kind of thing, working with those. And as I said before, I don't want to forget this one, it's goal-oriented psychotherapy treatment. So it's very goal-driven cognitive behavior, and that's why I like it. Being an EC teacher, I'm all about goals and progressing, progress monitoring on their goals, so that makes sense to me in my brain. Seeing where we need to go and trying to make moves to get there, I think it's very important. Moving into the family systems, working in the school setting again is very important to get the family involved, because a lot of times the children, adolescents, they're affected greatly by their environment they have at home. Necessarily might not be the best environment. So the whole family dynamic is super important in getting those involved to come into counseling to establish, what can we do here to help the client feel, and the whole family dynamic to feel more better functioning. So definitely some things that can affect the client in the family systems therapy is the socioeconomic changes within the family, as well as there's external factors, like I was saying before. Visually you can see externally, but in the household there's external factors that are going to affect the client. And let's save that one. Like I said before, as a counselor, you're going to try to implement that family system so that family can function better as a whole, keeping the family functional. Also, cultural perspectives is going to be an impact here, depending on the family, depending on their values and their beliefs. It's going to impact a lot of things. So those are things you need to consider when you're working with the family systems, especially in the school setting. There's immigrants. There's lots of different populations of people. So you want to be considerate of that when you're working with those. And one thing that I did learn that I wanted to put up here was that you need to be aware that the client's presenting problems actually might be a symptom of something that might be going on in the home. So it's important to consider that. But I really like the family systems incorporating that, because in the adolescent school counseling world, family does affect a lot of things, and you want to have the support to to working it out, getting to the home. The main goal is therapy. In my opinion, is getting your client those coping strategies to be able to function better in their life as a whole, and realizing if they have any misconceptions of things in the past, kind of making goals and moving past some of those things, and just putting in support systems for them and helping them feel valued as individuals. Self-love is what I kind of explain it to. So anyway, that is my theoretical framework. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later.